Next we shall consider non-linear differential equation. So here we have two equations. X dot is a function of x, y, and y dot is a function of x, y. So x dot is equal to f of x, y and y dot equals to g of x, y, where x dot is dx dt and y dot is dy dt. So here the differential equation is not linear, but the differential equation is non-linear in nature. Now when we have the stability, then we can consider that dx dot is equal to 0. So that is change in x, change in dx dt is 0. So in that case we can have on the right hand side fx dx plus fy dy. So from here we can write dy dx is equal to minus fx by fy, provided that x dot is equal to 0. So when we have the stability in x, so that is there is no change in x, then x dot equal to 0. In that case we get dy dx is equal to minus fx by fy. So similarly we can get dy dx when y dot is equal to 0. So when y dot is equal to 0, then dy dot is equal to gx dx plus gy dy and dy dot is equal to 0. So in that case we get dy dx is equal to minus gx by gy, provided that y dot is equal to 0. So we get two conditions: dy dx is equal to minus gx dy when y dot is equal to 0, and dy dx is equal to minus fx by fy when x dot is equal to 0. Now let's assume that fx is less than 0, fy is greater than 0, gx is greater than 0 and gy is less than 0. And moreover we assume that minus fx over fy is greater than minus gx over gy. So these are our assumptions. These are the two assumptions. The first assumption is on fx, fy, gx and gy, and the second assumption is that minus fx by fy is greater than minus gx by gy. So these are the assumptions. Now if these two assumptions hold, then what we can say, that the curve x dot is steeper than the curve y dot, because if this curve represents x dot is equal to 0. So if x dot is equal to 0, then dy dx is equal to minus fx by fy. So here along the x axis we are measuring x, along the y axis we are measuring y. So then we can plot x dot, we can get dy dx when x dot is equal to 0. So what is dy dx when x dot is equal to 0? Minus fx by fy. Now by assumption fx is less than 0, fy is greater than 0. So minus fx by fy is greater than 0. So in that case the slope of x dot is a positively sloped curve. So x dot is a positively sloped curve. So in that case this is the x dot curve. And what is y dot curve? Y dot curve is flatter than x dot curve. Why it is flatter than x dot curve? Because we have assumed that minus fx by fy greater than minus gx by gy. Now what is minus gx by gy? Minus gx by gy is the slope of y dot is equal to 0 curve. So here along the x-axis we are measuring x, along the y-axis we are measuring y. So we can get y dot curve here, which is also a positively sloped line, because by assumption gx is greater than 0 but gy is less than 0. So minus gx by gy is greater than 0. So y dot curve is also y dot is equal to 0 curve is also a positively sloped curve, because gx is greater than 0 and gy is less than 0. And moreover we have assumed that minus fx by fy is greater than minus gx by gy. So then we can say that x dot is equal to 0 curve is steeper than y dot is equal to 0. So these are the two curves that we can draw in the xy quadrant. So where will be the equilibrium? The equilibrium will be here at the point of intersection between x dot is equal to 0 curve and y dot is equal to 0 curve, because at this point both x and y are dynamically stable. There is no change in x, there is no change in y. So this is the equilibrium, simultaneous equilibrium. Now we consider 4 points in 4 regions. So this is region 1, this is region 2, this is region 3 and this is region 4. So there are 4 points of the equilibrium and 4 points we are considering in 4 different zones. So around the equilibrium point we are considering 4 different points in region 1, region 2, region 3 and region 4. Now how x and y will move in these 4 regions? Let's first consider the point in region 1. So region 1, in region 1 the point is here. Now when we consider this x dot is equal to 0 curve, then on this curve the value of x dot is 0. Now here along the x-axis we are measuring x. So if we go from left to right, then value of x will increase. Now when we write that x dot is equal to f of xy, then what is the value of dx dot dx? It is fx. Now by assumption fx is less than 0. So dx dot dx is less than 0. So if we go from left to right, then x will increase but x dot declines, because dx dot dx is less than 0. So on this curve x dot is equal to 0. Now suppose we are crossing this curve from left to right. Now on this point the value of x dot is 0. Now since dx dot dx is less than 0, then we can say that to the left of the curve x dot is equal to 0, the value of x dot is positive, and to the right of this curve x dot is equal to 0, the value of x dot is negative, because if we go from left to right, then positive value of x dot will change to 0 here and then again it will decline to negative value here as we move from left to right. That is, as we increase the value of x, x dot declines. So to the left of this curve the value of x dot is plus, and to the right of this curve the value of x dot is negative. Now what about the y dot curve? Now if we consider y dot is equal to gxy, then what is the value of dy dot dy? It is equal to gy. Now by assumption gy is less than 0. So therefore we can say that dy dot dy is less than 0. Now if we consider this curve y dot is equal to 0, then if we go up, that is if we increase the value of y, then the value of y dot will decline. Now on this curve, what is the value of y dot? The value of y dot is 0. Now we are going up. Now when we are going up, then y dot is declining. So in that case, to the right of y dot is equal to 0 curve, the value of y dot is positive, and to the left of this curve y dot is equal to 0, the value of y dot is negative. So in that case we can say that here it is positive, here it is negative. So we have to consider these facts in determining the movement of x and y with time in 4 different zones. So let's draw the diagram again. So this is x dot, this is y dot. So on this curve y dot is equal to 0, on this curve x dot is equal to 0, and here will be the equilibrium, and we are considering 4 different points in 4 regions. And to the left of this curve x dot is positive, to the right of this curve x dot is negative, to the left of this curve y dot is equal to 0, the value of y dot is negative, and to the right of this curve the value of y dot is positive. Now let's consider this point in region 1. Now at this point, what is the value of x dot? The value of x dot is negative, and what is the value of y dot? The value of y dot is negative. So both the values of x dot and y dot are negative at this point. So now x will decline, so x will move from right to left. So in that case, the negative value of x dot will become 0 when this point will hit this curve. And what will be the movement of y? If y declines from here, then as y declines, then the value of y dot will become 0 when the y will hit this curve, because here at this point the value of y dot is negative. So for y dot to become 0, the y should decline from this point, and for x dot to become 0, the value of x should decline. So the time path, both x will decline, both y will decline, and the resultant time path will be towards the equilibrium point. So this will happen in region 1. Now we go to region 2. Now in region 2 what will happen? In region 2, x will increase from left to right. Now if x increases from left to right, then the value of x dot will decline, because here the value of x dot is positive. So for x dot to become 0, x should increase. So in that case, x dot will decline from positive value to 0 value. So x should increase from left to right. Now what should be the movement of y? Y will decline here, because if y declines at this region, what is the value of y? The value of y dot is negative. So if y declines, then y dot will increase. So value of y dot is negative here. So for y dot to become 0 from the negative value, y should decline. So this will be the movement of y. So the resultant path will tend towards the equilibrium in region 2. So what will happen in region 3? In region 3, y will increase and x is also increasing. So why x will increase? Here in region 3, if we consider x dot is equal to 0, this curve, in region 3, x dot is positive. So for x dot to become 0 from its positive value, x should increase. So in that case, x dot will decline, and if x dot declines, then the value of x dot will decline from positive to 0. So x should increase from left to right. Now what about y? Y should also increase, because if we consider y dot is equal to 0 here, so here as per this curve, the value of y dot is positive here. So for y dot to become 0 from positive value, y should increase, because if y increases, then y dot will decline from positive value to 0 value. So y should increase. So the resultant path will tend towards the equilibrium value. Now we come to region 4. In region 4, y should increase but x should decline, because in region 4, x dot is here. So this point is to the right of the x dot is equal to 0 curve. So here the value of x dot is negative. So for x dot to become 0, the value should increase from negative to 0. So in that case, x should decline, because if x declines, then x dot will increase from minus to 0. So x should decline. Now why y should increase? Here at this point the value of y dot is positive. So for y dot to become 0, this point should hit this curve. So for that y should increase. And if y increases, then y dot declines, and then y dot will decline from its positive value to 0 value. So in that case only the y dot, the point can hit this curve, y dot is equal to 0, and y will be stable, dynamically stable. There will be no change in y with time. So in that case y should increase. So resultant time path will tend towards this equilibrium. So in all these 4 regions, what we observe, in all these 4 regions, the time path is stable, has the dynamic stability, and in all these 4 cases, the resultant time path is tending towards the equilibrium. So we will have the equilibrium here, dynamic stability here. So this is called the phase diagram.